Hello, I am Emanuela, Fever Games, and this is Topiary. Okay, it's a funny day, the perfect time for a visit in a wonderful Topiary park. So, the goal of the game is to earn most points by seeing your visitors as many Topiary art as possible. During the game, you place your visitors to the best line of sight and earn the points showed on the Topiary tiles. At the start of the game, each player take the set of meeples of their color, and then we shuffle Topiary tiles and do a 5x5 grid and flip side up the central tile. Then the starting player begins and game going clockwise. On your turn, you must place one of your meeple, your visitors, on the outside edge of the garden, next to a row, column, or a diagonal, any diagonal. So this is a good placement, a right placement. After I place the meeple, I can take a tile on that row, column, or diagonal, add to my hand, and then place the tile face up from the tail or the tiles in my hand. So, for example, this one. I can place the same tile I just took. Then players go. Next player goes. So, for example, yellow. Take this to his hand and place another tiles. Yeah. And we can go on with turns. So, for example, going ahead, we will have this situation at the end of the game with meeples around the garden. So, okay. Some tiles will stay face down. They will not be revealed at the end of the game. They stay face down. The game ends when all players have placed all their meeples around the garden. In the scoring phase, first of all, players score points for each visitors. The number of the tiles are the point value and the size of the tile, the topiary. So the 5 is the biggest one, the 1, like this one, is the smallest one. In the game there are 40 tiles in 8 suites. Each suite has tiles from 1 to 5. Okay, in the scoring phase, we can begin, for example, from this one. Each visitor score the first tile and all tiles in that row, in that line, that are bigger than the tiles before it. So in this case, this visitor can see only the 5 T-Rex, and we track points on the scoreboard. So there. For example, here we have 3 and 4 because the elephant is bigger than the T-Rex, and so we have 7 points. And score here. Visitors score bonus points if they can see tiles of the same suite in that line of sight. So, for example, 1, 2, 4, 7 points, but 1 bonus point for each tile of the same suite repeated in that line. So 1, 2, for a total of 9 points for yellow, for example. And go on for each visitor. So you score points for all visitors around the gardens, and you score also points for tiles in your hand. In this way, you score points on the tiles as long as your visitors, at least one of your visitors, can see a tile of the same suite and bigger than this one. So if I have try something, okay, if I have this tile and I am the yellow here, I see the same suite tiles bigger than this one. So I score 2 points. I can see other tiles of the same suite, so I can score this point. Player track the points on the score track, and at the end of the score phase, the player with the most points will win the game. If there is a tie, win the player that has earned the most points with tiles in hand.
Okay.
So important to have them face up or face down related if you score them or not.
Got it.
Hope it's clear to everyone. And the game is from 2 to 4 players, about 20 minutes, and so okay.
TheOneTAR!